Blog Talk Radio. Oh my God. Hello, everyone. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Yvonne Luttrell's podcast. I am the host, Yvonne Luttrell, and here with me, as always, is my co-host, SC and Fax. And right now I don't see, I do see Fax just came in. And SC is here also. Hi, guys. How are you? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all? I cannot stand y'all. Keep it up. Just keep it up.
What up?
Nothing much. I just Fax just lost connection. Think it's funny. Keep thinking that it's funny.
Oh man, what's up, girl? How you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. Can't complain. There's a lot of rain today.
Rain,
thunder. I went to the gym today, and I was sitting there wondering if the damn power was gonna go out. Cause like 2 weeks ago, we had a bunch of rain and power went out. You know, but it's nice and calm right now. I'm gonna open up the back door so Cassie can go out. He usually walk around the yard and come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers.
Yeah, that's what they say.
Sorry. That's what they say. Yeah.
Turn off these damn lights. Bring no damn mosquitoes in the house. Oh, man. But what's up, Fax?
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening. Hello.
Just hello. This is the Yvonne Luttrell podcast, and that's all I got.
We in real form tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Don't pay us no mind.
Yep. I wish I could blame it on like a substance or something, but I'm sober. Unless you count coffee. But, yeah.
Shit, I don't know. With what's going on in the world, we got to blame it on something because everybody's losing their mind.
Right.
It's like I don't know if y'all seen the video with the guy. He was on his podcast, I want to say last month sometime, and he was showing his viewers his gunshot wound. He got shot through the stomach, and the bullet exited through his arm, and he was holding his son. I think the kid was like 2 years old or whatever, and the bullet came out and grazed the kid in the head, and it was the ex-girlfriend that did it, and or his ex-wife, one or two. And
his wife, yeah.
Because
ex-wife,
he wanted to leave her, and then this month they found the body at Alabama that was, I want to say it was dismembered and shot in the head 3 times, and it was his ex-boyfriend. So she killed somebody before they even got together or something. They just found his body, you know. So I don't know. You hearing all these?
Wait, they shot who? Who got okay. The girl shot at the guy, shot him in the stomach. The bullet hit the baby's head. So this was her ex-husband, right? And then whose body did they find?
They found her ex-boyfriend.
Oh, her other ex. Holy shit.
Yeah. He shot him in the head 3 times while he was asleep.
God damn, did they say how long prior that was?
I didn't say that one more time.
Did they say how far back that was? Like how long ago that body had been there? Her ex?
Oh, nah. They didn't say that. And if they did, I missed it.
When did she shoot the ex-husband? Or shoot at her or whatever?
He never, I don't think he ever explained, like, around the time that it happened. You know, I just know he was explaining this story about her shooting him because he wanted to leave. So he wound up getting custody of the son, of course. You know, and
so they divorced, and then she met somebody else. Huh. So they got a divorce.
After him or not.
She met somebody else. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know the order of everything. You know, I don't know the order of everything. If it was the ex-boyfriend, and you know, his body was hidden somewhere or whatever. I know they said they just discovered the body, and they linked her to the murder. You know, she killed him while he was asleep. You know, it's crazy.
And
you just never know what's some person's mind.
So she killed him because he cheated, right?
No, because he wanted to leave her. He wanted to break up.
No, I'm talking about the boyfriend.
Yeah, same thing. I think he was trying to leave her.
Well, I think, you know, some people are just crazy. So she shot at the husband, then she killed the boyfriend. So, like, no matter what relationship she's in, she's violent.
Yeah.
Basically.
That's what it boiled down to, that she don't know how to separate herself. You know, she got separation issues for real, you know. But, you know, all these crazy shootings and killings and everything else, you know, you hearing about the Instacart situation, you know, where the kid went to drop off the food and was at the wrong house and they shot him. The girl that pulled into the wrong driveway. It was by you. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but not by me because that was somewhere. I'm gonna have to see. I don't know if it was Homestead, Doral. I don't know, but it's kind of far in Miami. But either way, it was somewhere in Miami. But the point is, they went to the wrong house. They were doing the Instacart, and they got shot at.
Yeah, that's crazy. The girls
just for being in the wrong house. Yeah. Yeah, so it's just everybody is on edge for what? For no reason.
I don't know. I got a lot of takes on a lot of things, man, because all of this is just, and then you could blame it on technology. You could blame it on, you know, maybe because the phones wasn't as good as they were back then. All of this could have been happening back then, and we just didn't hear about it because we didn't have the technology that we have now, you know. Or, you know, is it just all made up, make believe? You know, so.
No, I don't think that's all make believe. I think everybody, I think just a lot of people are just going crazy for no reason. Just like the kids that were playing ball, and the ball went in the neighbor's yard, and a guy shot at a 6-year-old, and he shot at the family because of a ball. Like, you can't be triggered because a ball is in your yard. You can't be, you know what I'm saying? You're not that aggravated that you're going to pick up a gun and shoot at a child or just shoot at anyone, period. That's just crazy.
Yeah. And you hear about the mass shooting, about the Alabama situation, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, it was 6 of them too, you know. But, you know, you don't hear about stuff like that. They just kept, you know, in the dark. It's like the news picks and choose what they want to get everybody riled up about.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I don't see any better days anytime soon. You know, I just see like everything's gonna get worse. You know, but I just think that. Oh, yeah. What was you gonna say, Fax?
No, you're good. I'll continue your sentence there. I was just reading up. I finally found the article from the first one we were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which one? You know, which article, Fax?
Where she was talking about, where Essie was talking about the bullet like ricocheting and hitting the child. And then they found the other one's body. It doesn't say anything about there being like a second victim. It just it says like the Texas woman is accused of shooting her boyfriend in the head while he was sleeping and then dismembering his body and tossing the remains in area dumpsters. And it said that she cut him up with a machete. I don't know if I can even say this shit. But yeah, she cut him up with a machete and then duct taped the body and then put him in area dumpsters because and her reasoning behind that was he was too heavy to move, in one piece. What the fuck? And
oh my gosh. That's crazy.
Yeah. It's fucking outrageous. And then someone found a fucking pelvis. That's how they discovered that he was missing. Someone found a fucking pelvis. Found the guy's pelvis. So that's pretty fucking disgusting. We should change the subject. Man, this is getting dark real quick. So April showers bring May flowers, Something else, dude. Something fucking bright. Here, listen to this. I'm gonna open a Bang Energy drink. There's that. Bang Energy. Feel free to hit us up.
They gotta give you an endorsement deal now.
They should. They better.
Yeah.
They better.
I don't know. But let's you are right. It gets depressing and it gets morbid quick. Because you be like, damn.
Yeah, it's turning into a fucking horror show.
How angry. That's anger to sit and dismember somebody and then just, you understand what I'm saying? And then take pieces of it and just dump it everywhere.
I thought we were changing the subject.
Place to drop off a foot. I'm sorry.
Foot goes here. The fucking like do the hokey pokey with the body. I put the right foot here and the pelvis there.
We can change the subject, man.
Yeah, that's.
So listen, let me tell you something. I know I talked about this before, but them kimono dragons, man. I watched another video of them, and I don't know what it is, and it's probably because I'm realizing that when I was a kid, how dumb I really was. That my friend had one and didn't realize how dangerous this damn lizard is. I done watched this lizard eat all types of shit. I done watched it devour deers, pigs, other lizards, and I'm just fascinated with it. So I went to the bug wars. Have you ever watched that on YouTube where they put bugs against each other and have them fight? Man, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah, I have seen that. The last one I saw was a hornet versus a praying mantis. The praying mantis kicked its ass.
Yeah. But then they had there was a spider that they put against the praying mantis, and it caught the praying mantis and killed it.
Really?
But it also, I think a lot of times it depends on the size. The size of the praying mantis and the bug that they put it against. Because I've seen some praying mantis eat a mouse.
Jesus Christ!
I'm like, damn, yo. Some of them will eat a lizard. If you Google it or YouTube it, say praying mantis eat lizard or praying mantis eat a mouse. And I used to catch them all the time, man.
They never bit you or anything?
To even kill them. Nah, man, never.
It's illegal in North Carolina to kill them. I know that.
Yeah. Because they help with the crops.
Mm-hmm.
I also read something too the other day that it's illegal to remove bats from your house if there's mating season.
Bats?
I said, yeah, bats.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna report it to the police and tell them I'm gonna remove these bats.
So you're just supposed to let them like spawn and shit? Just wait till your house is completely infested, and wait till springtime is over, and then call the exterminator, and just live in like Transylvania, Dracula's dungeon. While that makes no sense. Can't even remove them.
They make all these crazy laws, about animals. Like the geese. When they cross in the street, you got all traffic stops. It's like everybody knows the law. You're supposed to let them cross over with the family.
Yeah, you're right. That's 20 Christmas dinners right there.
To help them.
Right?
Yeah. God forbid you try to help them, boy. They are violent. I remember the first time I seen a swan attack somebody.
Mm-hmm.
It was at a Wawa's in Jersey. Lady was giving it a donut or something she was feeding, and then all of a sudden they attacked her. I said, damn. We jumped in the car and left her out.
Hey, them things are scary, man. They could fly up and be be face level, lose an eye. I feel like they'd poke your eye out and just eat it.
They violent.
My dad told me a funny a law about, like, it's not illegal in North Carolina to moon somebody, but as soon as you spread your cheeks to expose your anus, it becomes illegal. So the crack is fine. The stink wrinkle is illegal.
I guess that's why nobody's got locked up for sagging. I know some states, they're trying to make it illegal. You're walking around sagging, so.
Yeah, they were just talking out here in Texas about.
Won't be one of the things.
Yeah, no, they're talking about out here in Texas. They're trying to make it illegal for men to wear, like biological men to wear like makeup in public or something, or like drag shows or something. Have you heard about that?
Nah.
So yeah, Texas is like trying to outlaw. They're trying to pass the bill. It hasn't gotten passed yet, but Texas is like, ain't no man gonna wear makeup out here in Texas. Fuck that.
Yeah. I don't know. They're coming up with all these things, and they're not really addressing the issues that need to be addressed.
That doesn't seem important. Shit. Yeah. You guys are barely hanging on. You need government assistance. Fuck that. Let's worry about makeup and bats.
Yeah.
Back to the important things here.
Yeah. It's like, the salary is still the same. Everybody's underpaid, make just enough to live to the next paycheck.
Yep.
Everybody's a paycheck away from being homeless. And
true, but I mean, do you think some of that has to do with everybody like spending like they're fucking rich? I mean, if you just live under your means, I think all because you make, let's say, $100,000 a year. There's people making six figures and up that are spending everything they make. Also, they're in the same boat with nicer shit. So let's say you make, what's the average salary? 28 to 35,000 or something like that. Find a place that's cheap. All right, you can't afford a whatever. Maybe go get an RV. Maybe sell your car, live in your RV. Find a job to work from home. You've got to work around it. I get it. That's maybe not ideal. Maybe not everybody can do that. Maybe you can't fit a whole family in an RV or whatever. But you're going out to eat. You got all these subscriptions. How many pairs of fucking Jordans do you need? You can just cook your food. You don't have to buy, and you don't have to buy the name brand shit either. You can buy the off brand stuff, the store brand, whatever. Save yourself some money. And just cook. You Uber Eats twice a week. I mean, what's that? $60, $70? That's $300 a month you just spent on 4 meals. Yeah. So there's ways around it. And I encourage people to just look for better jobs, like constantly be looking. And they say jobs aren't out there. Well, you have all these companies complaining about not being able to find enough workers, but there's plenty of shit out there. Go on Indeed.com. No, we're not sponsored, but if you go on Indeed, they'll even help you write your resume, or there's a format. You put your resume on there, just make some shit up. I don't know. I'm not. Maybe I don't advise that, but just make your resume and And look for like work from home jobs. Shit, there's a million of them. And you could work from anywhere in the country in a lot of these places. There's options. There's ways around it. Just depends on what you want to do. But if you're spending all your money on bullshit, maybe you should reevaluate and that's probably what part of it is that nobody knows how to manage money. It's not that nobody's making money, but the salaries do kind of suck. But there are people that aren't struggling, So
yeah. Then it's hard to eat healthy, because everything healthy for you is expensive. But you can go to McDonald's and get an unhealthy burger for 99 cents. So it's it's two ways to that street. Though it's one of them situations. Like you said, you gotta figure out what's more important: them Jordans or trying to make sure next month bills are paid and you don't have to carry over anything. Because it's easy to be like, well, I can pay it next month, or all I got to do is pay the balance, and this, that, and the third, Yeah. I used to be like that. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be like that. Like, they only ask for this, and I only send them this. But now, fuck that. I want that off my plate as soon as possible. You want 300, you get 300. You want 500, you get 500.
Exactly.
I try to treat everything, I use, a lot of times, I use my credit cards, but I make sure that whatever I spent on my credit card when the bill is due, that money is there. So I just pay it straight off, Yep. And you're right. A lot of people don't know how money works. They just know how to spend it, but they don't know how to make it work for you or work for them,
Exactly.
There's certain things you could do. You could put your money in certain places to get the interest rate, So.
Or invest in yourself. Invest in educating yourself on something else. Like if you have $1,000 in the bank or $500 in the bank or whatever you have, don't go fucking buy 6 bottles of Patron, or whatever it is. Why don't you go take a course? We had your coach John on last week, and he's got a course you guys can take that could potentially set you up if you're a writer or want to be a writer or whatever. You're investing in yourself at that point. You spend the money on something that could potentially make you more money. Or maybe there's like a certificate or something out there you can go take, a little course you can take. Go sit on one of these seminars. Take that money and fucking go to the gym. Most successful people are in shape. So if you want to be around people who are, you're not gonna, most fat slobs sitting around the house doing nothing, fucking putting on weight, just their faces a couple different colors and shit because who knows what's going on inside of them or whatever. You got things growing in you. You're not going to have the energy to go do things, and then you just get more tired and fucking now you need to buy a bigger recliner and shit. You could get up and go to the gym, right? Or just go walk. It's fucking free. And then get in the gym and go find some people that are successful. Hey, what do you do? Oh, shit, I saw you drive a fucking Lambo to the gym. How'd you get that? What do you do? Where could I start? Make some connections, network that way. That's kind of the way to do it, I think, anyway. Just, it's up to you. You're probably not going to see a lot of business meetings being held at fucking, McDonald's, like you were saying.
You'll see them at the gym. These are the number one spots that business deals are made. A golf course, a cigar shop, and a gym. Those are 3 of the most major places that major deals are conducted financially.
Yep.
Most people that are financially stable are in any of those 3 places.
Yep. And it's not just like workout gym, right? It could be martial arts, jiu-jitsu, boxing. It could be any sort of CrossFit. It could be anything like that. Maybe hiking clubs, whatever. If you guys want to go hiking or something. That's exactly right.
And that's crazy because even when we were training together, look at how many people was at that dojo that were. I remember Mr. Wegman had a millionaire as a personal student. He was doing the air filters purifying the ear and all of that. I remember when he started, Then you run into the doctors and everything at the centers, the Quest centers and everything. You'd be surprised on what people do when you start talking to them. Everybody wants to, stay to themselves. And it's cool to stay to yourself, but sometimes you might need to strike up a conversation. You never know who you're striking up a conversation with.
Exactly. Yeah, there's judges and officers and lawyers, all kinds, doctors, all kinds of walks of life in there, and these just real estate agents. The networking is really where it's at. But if you're not going to go find it at the local fucking hole in the wall bar, it's going to be a bunch of crying and cigarette smoking. You're not really. There's not going to be. It's not really a positive attitude. It's like, a bunch of sadness and people sitting around like, killing the last couple hours of freedom before they have to go home and hear their wife yell at them or something, or whatever. Just hey, this is my only release. Shit, I need this beverage. I need to fucking sit here and hell, you're out of Coors. I'll take a fucking Miller. God damn it. Whatever the fuck they do, they just sit there in sadness, chain smoking, and who are you going to meet in there? Other sad fucks. They're not there. But nobody thinks like that. Don't surround yourself with misery. You could go get a personal trainer. You got a fucking $500 extra to spend once you get a personal trainer, and instead of buying that goddamn 30-pack of Bud Light, why don't you fucking get some protein powder? Work on your fitness, get all your nutrients there. And have you heard of vegetables? I know we were talking about bananas a couple weeks ago. If you go to the grocery store, they're like, you can get a whole fucking 2 pounds of carrots for like $1. You can go buy a cantaloupe for $2. You can go buy a fucking week's worth of groceries for like $12 and eat healthy. But it doesn't fill me up. I got a sweet tooth. Well, fucking stay diabetic. I don't know what else to tell you.
There's some people they
don't come crying to me.
Today's show, they work just for the check. They're like, hey, listen, I ain't doing nothing. How many times you heard that and say, yo, I'm here, but I ain't doing nothing. You come to work and you don't do nothing.
Well, kind of like Fax said. Yeah, but kind of like Fax said, there are a lot of work from home jobs. So, and today's topic is you couldn't pay me enough. And I feel like a lot of people probably should look into the work from home jobs, because a lot of people just, they go to work and they don't want to be there. Like the other day, SC and I, we were talking about police officers, and he asked me about if I would ever be a police officer, or how come I never thought about being a police officer. I'm guessing that was a joke. But if I was a police officer, only be a officer just for the money only, I would not be a good police officer. I would not go fight crime. I would not go after somebody who is running a red light, or someone who's breaking into a home. Like, hey, I'm not about to get killed trying to be a hero. So if I was an officer, I would only be there just for the money. And I just feel like a lot of people do work just for money, and that's it. Because, when you go on an interview, they say, okay, so tell me, why do you want to work here? Why do you think? Just for the money. Look at the teachers. You have these teachers that are not teaching the students because they're too busy sleeping with them. So get a work from home job. Nobody wants to be bothered. That's what I feel. That's how I feel. Doctors, they make good money, but sometimes, they'll just write you a prescription, or they're just guessing. Y'all already know my story about the fibroids. In 2013, I had a gynecologist who misdiagnosed me, and he said that I had a hormonal imbalance, which it wasn't. It was fibroids. So he ordered me some tests, and he didn't even pay attention to the test that he ordered. Why? Because he's just there for the damn money. So I don't know. I don't know. I just feel, hey, go get a work from home job. Because I feel like a lot of people is like, hey, you couldn't pay me enough. You couldn't pay me enough to do this, so, hey, I'm going to come here and I'm just going to go sit on the clock. And, hey, I have done that before. I had a job, and I went to work, and I was supposed to be taking calls.
Hello?
Yes. What happened?
Sorry about that. My phone had went dead for a second.
Okay. Yeah, so I had a job. This was years ago. I'm supposed to be taking calls, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever, and I had my headset loose every day, just talking to my coworkers and eating snacks until I got fired. Why? Because I was just there for a paycheck. I was not there to take any damn phone calls. I mean, I was supposed to be taking calls, but so I don't know. I don't have the answers. I just feel like nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to get paid just for. Go ahead.
The bare minimums. You're right. Everybody wants to get paid for the bare minimum, but some people, you give them the bare minimums and they still don't want to work.
Right.
You know, so it's damn if you do, damn if you don't. Because I know a bunch of people that had at-home jobs, and it was like, yo, I could just get up, I could just go sit at the table or sit in the chair and do work and this, that, and the third. Then they talk about, I'm bored. I want a job outside the house. You know, so people are undecisive on what they want in life. You know.
Yeah.
And I just think it's just, I don't know. You just got to find what you like, because most people don't have the job that they want anyway. You go to college all these years for a certain degree or whatever, and you don't even get the job that you went to school for. You know?
Right. That is true. Yeah, that's really true. Yeah.
And it's not just that too. There used to be, it seemed like 20 or 30 years ago, there used to be a lot of loyalty to these companies where, you know, you thought the company cared for you, or maybe the company even did care about you, and things were different. Now these companies don't give a shit. Like the majority of companies out there don't care about you. So, and they all pretty much pay the same fucking thing across the board.
Right. Right.
It's all relative, like almost like a universal income, it seems like, right? Where we all have to do the same shit work for the same shit pay, more or less, plus or minus a few dollars an hour. And nobody is going to, like, you know, these people are like, let's come to work. We're a big, happy family. It's like, no, the fuck we aren't, dude. I'm here to make money to pay my bills, to spend with my actual fucking family. Don't tell me if there's a job interview and they're like, yeah, we're just really a family here. It's like, I'm not taking that job. I want nothing to fucking do with that. And then, yeah, is it easy for you to just fucking fire your family or write your family members up like it's nothing? It's just, they really don't care, man. And nobody wants to go to work, go through all this stress, be micromanaged or condescended, or if it is a customer service job, God bless you, because you get yelled at all day dealing with the biggest fucking idiots that you could possibly deal with. Or I've done customer service before, and I've had to talk with people who were hard of hearing. It's like, how do you do that? Why don't you just why don't you just use the chat? I have to sit here and keep calm. Yeah, keep calm. I have to keep calm, because my fucking survey depends on it. Hey, Fax, let's talk about your customer service surveys this week. It's been a little. Is everything okay at home? Or it's like, no, it's not. It's not okay here. And because it's not okay here, it's not okay at home. I've got 3 holes in the walls right now because of this fucking job. And, but the stay-at-home jobs are they're nice. You can crack a beer. You got to be real careful, when in your shift you do. Because if it's too early on and you have to talk to people, you just start being like, yo, fuck you and your technical difficulties. You know, I don't give a fuck. I don't need this job. I'll go work at another call center, you know, or whatever you do. I'll just live off the government. That's almost how they have it set up, to where they want you to just live off the government, right? It's about, you make just a little bit less than you would at some shithole job anyway.
But you know what's crazy? When's the last time you heard of somebody saying, I'm going to a retirement party? A lot of these companies, it seems like at a certain time, they start finding little ways to get rid of you, right? Before you're supposed to retire, or close to when you're going to retire. And they replace you with somebody new. Or they have you train somebody to take your spot. You know, they was like, yeah, you're going to be retiring soon, you know, so we wanted you to train this person, to give them all your information and everything, not realizing that they're sizing you up to get rid of you.
Right, right.
They're like, oh, we got a surprise drug test, or we got a surprise this, we got a surprise that. Or listen, your stats aren't doing too well, and, you know, we just feel that we might need to, you know, separate or part ways, you know. I done walked off a job or two. You know, I got into it with one of the managers because they was trying to rush me. And I was like, who are you talking to? You know, and some of them don't know how to talk to people. You know, you give them a certain amount of power, and they feel that they could, they think they could talk to you, you know. And I remember telling one of them, I said, I will beat your ass outside. I said, we will take this right outside. And he's like, who are you talking to? I said, I'm talking to you. He's like, well, you can go home. You know what? You're right.
You can go home, bitch. You're fired. I'll fire you. It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. The shit managers that, you know, they're all dorks like in their regular life and whatever else, and maybe their wife cheated on them with their brother or something, and then now they're in this position of power, and it's normally some shit job, and you see it a lot at like restaurants too. You know, right? See it a lot at restaurants where I'm the assistant manager. Wow. Fucking congratulations! You make $1.50 more an hour than I do, you know, and you got keys to the building now, and they have this like ego problem, where they're like levitating above you, you know, because they fucking write the schedule or some shit. I don't know. It's all horseshit, man.
Yeah.
I just want to fucking move to the woods and have a farm, you know, build a house out of sticks by my hands or something. I'm tired of this shit.
Oh my gosh, Dax is crazy.
Yep. Go live in a van.
Shit,
but yeah, people just don't want to be bothered.
What's that?
What'd you say? Make that illegal to live off the grid. Oh, you was talking to Yvonne. My fault.
No, I just said people just don't want to be bothered. No, that's all. I just said people don't want to be bothered when they go to work. The minute they clock in, only thing that they're doing is looking at the time to go home. That's it.
Because no job makes it comfortable or wanting to be there. No job, you know, unless it was like your dream job. You know, a lot of times your dream job, you know everything that comes with it. You know, you go to school to be a lawyer, but you work at McDonald's, you know, different types of clientele, you know. So it's just, most people are unhappy with their decision on the job that they have to take, you know, because they got to pay that student loan back. They got to pay, you know, certain bills, you know. So they're like, well, I got to do the bare minimum to get the bare maximum. Some cases, you know.
Right.
So.
Yeah, or if the salary's good enough, you can put up with a little more shit for a little bit longer than, you know, just some terrible, you know, terribly paid position. But like this is why, or you know, you take that extra money that we were talking about earlier and look at some sort of escape plan. You need an escape plan from the Matrix. I mean, if you just dump that extra money, you got to sacrifice, but dump that extra money into some sort of I don't mean like, you know, go to the Philippines. I mean, like, you know, maybe work on like a side hustle or build something on your own. Maybe, you know, go do pressure washing, or, you know, out in North Carolina, that, you know, everyone needs pressure washers and gutter cleaning, whatever it is. Maybe you can do something to just, you know, break away to be your own kind of boss. A lot of people want to do that, but nobody really goes through it, it seems like. And then the ones that actually do it, you know, they get labeled as being privileged, or that, you know, they get lucky, or they know somebody or whatever. It's like, no, they went through all the suck just like you did. They just found a way out and didn't make excuses. Right. Yeah. Occasionally, maybe they have the family business and, somebody will hand something down to them, but that's like the one-offs. Talking about the real, self-made, and you don't have to go make $1 million. I mean, if you can go be your own boss and make what you're making now or then some, you're not going to be as stressed out, or if you don't want to sit there for 40 or 50 hours, it's harder to find part-time jobs. But if you don't want to sit there for 40 or 50 hours doing some shit job, maybe find a part-time job. Maybe can you drive for like Uber? Can you go do something else? Instacart, right? Go do something, kind of make your own hours to get that extra cash, bartend, whatever you want to do until you can get out.
Just hope you don't get shot up.
There we go. Yeah, stay home, everybody. Yeah, forget your dreams. Forget your dreams now. Yvonne had to bring us back to this heinous world.
Oh my gosh. No, but I'm just saying, I mean, that's crazy. You go to the wrong address now, you gotta dodge a bullet.
Yeah, all right, don't Instacart.
Right.
I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. Where do we go? What do we do?
AI. That's where AI comes in.
Let me tell you something. Oh man, we could do a whole show on that because that is very scary, and people keep playing with that AI. They're like, oh no, it's gonna help us out, and this, that, and the third. Like, no, they're gonna get rid of jobs because you're training this robot to take your position. Like I was saying earlier, you train the person to take your spot. Everybody's feeding these chat ATPs or whatever the hell it's called, and you're giving it information. You're saying, hey, write me a script for this, write me this, write me that. What's the square root of this? Or, you're teaching it along the way, because somebody had to feed it some information because all computers are programmed by a human. You understand what I'm saying? It has to be programmed by a human. It has to get its knowledge from somewhere, and it starts with a human feeding it knowledge, and then it takes over, And then they're making a lot of things, You're going into these stores now, self-checkout. Almost every store is self-checkout. Even Aldi now is self-checkout.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart.
It's funny you say that.
Walmart did self-checkout before self-checkout was even self-checkout.
Yep.
You have like 30 registers and only 2 people working, So there's like,
Hey, check this out, SC, before you, I don't mean to cut you off here, but I'll lose my thought here about the self-checkout. I had to go to the store yesterday, and I went into the grocery store. They've got the whole section over here. This was in Albertsons. It's like a Kroger kind of out here in Texas or whatever, but going to Albertsons, they've got this whole area for self-checkout, and they had like 3 aisles open. And there was a fucking line coming out of self-checkout that was like, I swear to God, 18 to 20 people in that line, just, lined up, people coming out of the aisles waiting to get in, the traffic was nuts. Over there was like 2 people in each line with the actual cashier. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to let these sheep stand in line, I guess. I'm like, I just go past them and I get in line and I'm the next person there. The guy in front of me had 2 items. And you got these people standing in line, in a line of 20 people. Like, so what does that tell you about AI? Like, what is it doing to where we think we have to do that shit? Like, is there some sort of programming going on? Like, why did nobody, they see a line, they're like, oh, here's a line, I might as well get in it. Like, what is making people think that they have to get in that line? They can't just go to the fucking cashier. There's something with the programming, right? But it's weird to me.
People are assimilating. Did you ever see that experiment? There was a show where they were doing an experiment, and this lady, they would have a room full of people. It might have been about 10 people in one room, and it was a doctor's office. And they would introduce one new person to the group. And every time a bell went off, everybody would stand up. And then they would sit down. And then the new person that came into the room, eventually he assimilated with standing up. You asked him, why did you stand up? He said, because everybody else was. So it's like we're programming each other to follow me, follow what I'm doing. Don't be different. Or if you're doing something different, you're looked at differently. So everybody is assimilating, and they realize that certain things that you can assimilate people by examples. People will be like, oh, what's that all about? Let me see what this is. you know? So they start a line where you can self-checkout, and everybody forgets that there's humans there that can check you out as well. You know, and I have noticed that at Walmart now, that more people are going to the self-checkout in the lanes that they do have 2 or 3 registers, and they're just showing these people now your job is not really needed. You know, because now they have the system where they can see if you don't scan something in Walmart. You know, it's going to almost be impossible to do anything without dealing with the robot. Because now, even with the court system, like I had to go to court last month and the month before last because I did a small claim. And the guy said, oh, you know, you could do all the paperwork online. And I said, then y'all wonder why people's accounts are getting hacked. You know, you got to put your credit card information. Oh, it's a secure site. At some point in time, it doesn't become a secure site. Some point in time, you're going to get somebody that can figure out the system. That's why you have all these people being able to sue TransUnion, Experian, Equifax, because all your information is secure. But now you hear, oh, there was a breach. So it's not secure. Yeah, it's a system that we hope never gets compromised. And guess what? It gets compromised. That's how so many people get their information stolen. That's how so many people identity is stolen. You know, they'll always bet $1 million on this program that you won't this, that, and the third. I don't buy it. I like dealing with people. I don't like dealing with these robots and stuff. And most people want to deal with it because it's quicker and easy. Some people, I've heard them say, I don't want to talk to nobody. I just want to pay my bill and get done with it. Now I want to talk to the person who's actually taking my money. You know, I really want to just have a conversation with them. You know, there's a bank down here in North Carolina, and that's is that Smithfield or Garner? Facts. That's when you go through Willow Springs. You know where Willow Springs is, right? We go to Willow Springs down 55. What's that? That's Garner, right?
Part of it is, and I think it turns into like Cleveland. It's on its way to Clayton too. It's kind of like a weird mix of all that. But yeah.
Well, you know that area over there where they have that bank. That bank, when you go inside, all there is computer screens. You walk up to the computer screen, and then the teller comes up on the screen. And they're somewhere in that building. And you do all your transactions through that. They send you your money down, you send your money up, or whatever. And I said, I don't like this. This is impersonal to me. And I get it. Banks get robbed all the time. You know, but that's the cost of doing business. You know, banks get robbed. That's, you know, I just feel funny about dealing with computers and talking to computers and leaving my voice on things, you know, and you see all of these programs where they can switch and put your face on top. I know you've seen them commercials where the people are putting their faces on top of a movie, you know, in an action scene of the movie. And it's like, wow, they're showing you, listen, we could do this. We have the technology to put you at the scene of a crime. We have the technology to say that you did something and you have the whole world believing you did it. You know? So I'm just not with the AI stuff. But go ahead. What was you going to say back?
Vaughn, were you going to say something, or were you just agreeing? Or?
Yeah, I was just agreeing.
The other thing, you know, the standing in line thing, how we're all kind of programmed. I had to go to court recently too, and I was in there, and we had this. There was like everyone wanted to do a prayer. Oh, speaking of which, we all do the Pledge of Allegiance first. Like, have you heard everyone say the Pledge of Allegiance? It sounds like nobody's into it. I pledge allegiance to the flag. It's like this monotoned, like, because I have to. It sounds like everyone like turns into a robot. Nobody's into it. We're just like, oh, we have to say this. Let's say it like that. We're all gonna, you know, everyone's mood changes. Nobody wants to do it, you know, and everyone just kind of goes into the same thing. And then we had to do there was some prayer. They wanted to pray out here in Texas. They wanted to pray, which is fine. I know God's real. I know he exists. Not everybody in court thinks like that. And there was maybe, 40 people in there, 50 people in there. And they're like, everyone, let's bow our head and pray. bow our heads and pray. And I'm like, I'm not bowing my head, but like I don't have to bow. It's so weird. And then I swear, I look around. I look around the room. It's like I just took a step back and I just looked at everyone. And it's such a weird thing. Like I just lifted up my head and I just looked around the room. Everyone's head is bowed. I guarantee you, maybe not even half of them believe in God, but everyone's got their head bowed and they're praying to something because they were told to, because they were told they're supposed to. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? You just look around. It's like, we're living, this can't be real. It's just a very odd thing to see everyone just doing exactly what they're told because they think they're supposed to. It's like, hey, you can pray with your eyes open and your head up. It's just, I don't know if that is just such an odd thing to observe everyone doing, Yeah.
Yeah. It's always an odd thing when you realize something and you feel like everybody else is falling or drinking the Kool-Aid. You be like, hey, hold up. Am I the only one that didn't drink this Kool-Aid?
Yeah.
Am I the only one that sees this? And the crazy thing with me in court and prayer and putting your hand on the Bible is they pick and choose. They pick and choose what parts of the Bible they feel they want to enforce. Because they damn sure say spare the rod, spoil the child. But can't do that nowadays. It's like, yo, hold up. I can't do that. You don't want me to lie. But, I can do this, but you don't want me to do that. You understand what I'm saying? It's like they pick and choose on what laws we're going to follow out of the Bible. So it's just a strange thing, like Fact said. It's just when you start seeing stuff and you sit back and you wonder, like, damn, what is going on with everybody else that's assimilating? What's going on in their mind? Do they ever question, why am I doing this? Or they just do it out of just doing it? And I think some people get so caught up in just doing stuff that they don't question it anymore. It's the norm. Like, oh, that's part of life. That's just how it is.
Right.
Get with the program or get left behind or whatever. So I don't know. That's a very interesting observation of just sitting back and watching, the certain things that people assimilate to. And the outbursts of certain things, but
yeah, and have you ever tried having a conversation with those people about it too? They look at you like you're a nut job. You say, hey man, hey, try to approach one of them about bowing their heads. Hey man, you believe in God? Yeah. So why do you, why and how do you approach it? So we're bowing your head, but have you taken a look around the room? You can lift your head up and look around. That's okay to do that. They're like, why don't you just bow your head? Just be respectful, man. Why are you disrespecting the Lord? That's the kind of like feedback you get. It's like, dude, it's not disrespectful. It's okay to like look around. It's so weird, man, that, I don't know. Are people like just scared to, I know there's assimilation, but are people scared to move? Are they scared to, there was a picture from like the World War II era with Hitler and, everyone's thrown out that Hail Hitler sign, with their hand up and all that shit. And then there's one guy just like looking around he's the only one not doing it. He's just like looking at the people do it, but I don't know. I don't understand how.
I think people are afraid to be different. I was always told, stand up for what's right or stand up for what you believe, even if you're standing alone. And nobody is brought up on those values anymore. Everybody feels like, hey, get with the crowd. Numbers, the numbers game. You got to play the numbers game. And sometimes it's cool to, not play the numbers game. Sometimes it's cool to be different because you can show people different. When you do different things, you show people
a lot
different,
of times.
you know?
Yeah.
And they can, pick or choose a side, but it seems like they go with the numbers game. Why don't you just bow your head? Why you have to, or why are you doing this? Be like, why are you doing it the way you're doing it? Because everybody else is doing it, And they don't have an answer for you, Then they want to argue with you. Be like, yo, dude, this is a debate. I'm not arguing. I just want to, get your input on it, But you're wrong because you think different. You're wrong. You're automatically wrong in everybody's eyes, So.
Yeah, why are you banging your head? Oh, well, we're supposed to. That's what we're supposed to do. Well, says who? Who says we're supposed to do that? And you just, blindly follow, man. It's like this society is a army of lions led by goats, right? Or an army of goats led by lions. Like which one? I think people have the potential to be lions, but it's like we're just led by goats or something. Like the people that are calling the shots are trying to turn us into ghosts. Dude, I don't know what the fucking problem is, but they're like, oh, we're supposed to do that. Nobody has any free thought at all. Wow. And it's I don't know if it's because we're dumb or because people are afraid to be alone or because they just haven't, like maybe you have to like train your mind like a muscle to think freely, think for yourself, think outside the box. These are just boxes other people create. That's what society is essentially. They're like, are you pro-Trump or are you pro-Trump or pro-choice? It's like, dude, why do I have to be either? I just watch all this shit unfold, and it's a very and there's just so much anger involved with it. People fighting and yeah, it's all. We just live in a very, very matrixy, programmed, completely controlled, world. It's just can't be real, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how else to say it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's I don't know, man. It's one of them situations, man. If you talk about something long enough, everybody look at you like you're crazy, or he doesn't fit in, or they'll find a way to alienate you or get you out of the picture,
Yep.
So it's like sometimes when you see things, you try to keep it to yourself, and then you hear somebody that says something that you thought, then you talk to them, you gravitate to them. Because, me and you, fact, we go way back, and we had all types of subject talks and everything. We're like, yo, you ever thought about this? You ever thought? Like, hell yeah. And then when you say it around other people, they look at you like you crazy, or y'all making it up. They're like, no, we're not making it up. We're speaking actual facts.
Yep.
And you just don't want to see it. You want to only people, and that's crazy how people get upset with you because your mindset is different than theirs. If you don't agree with them or how they believe or what they believe, they get into argument with you. They want to argue and be combative. And it's like, yo, dude, all I gave you was my opinion. I didn't say it was true, false, or whatever. It's my opinion. You can't have a different opinion. It's like, oh, when you say it's your opinion, you're saying that this is actually how it's supposed to be. No, it's my opinion. I didn't say that. It's like people just hear one thing, and everything that they hear leads into an argument. Everything that they hear, just argue about it, debate about it, talk about it. But let them see it your way, or why do they have to think differently than you? It's like, yo, do we live in North Korea? Or, they have, three TV stations that they could watch. They're supposed to mourn on Unjul Khan's great-grandfather's death day or something. If you're laughing or whatever, you get killed for it. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, yo, wow.
Yep.
But
you know what's crazy about that? What the wild part about that is that the North Koreans don't know that they're brainwashed. And they think they live in the best country in the world. But then if you look at America, who's to say we're not brainwashed? And we're just not North Korea on a larger scale, just differently. It's the same, like how, we look at, right? North Koreans don't know, if they knew they were brainwashed, then the whole thing would go out the window. Well, aren't we? I mean,
yeah, we are brainwashed. Mm-hmm. We are definitely brainwashed on a higher level.
And those people, on a more like, I guess on a higher level, we just have nicer things and whatever else. And, but that's what we think, though. I mean, they could have, again, we have free thought that nobody uses. And the reason that those people want to argue is because they're tapped out. They've capped out what they know about the subject that they're debating about, because they're only, stuck on this one stance because they're using somebody else's thoughts. They haven't gotten past the first like three ideals about the topic. And they're like, okay, these are the three things. I'm going to stick to it, and we're going to fucking fight for it. And that goes on any topic. But then when they get mad because you ask them that one question, and they fucking slam into the wall of like reality or truth or whatever the fuck of more information. Hey, there's more to this. There's potentially another side. There's more. I don't know everything about this topic. Oh shit. There's and then they call you like a fucking fascist or some other crazy shit, whatever side you're on. But they run out of the other person's thought that's implanted in their brainwashing. Very crazy. Very weird.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. And you're right. A lot of times people, they run off of somebody else's thoughts and they don't know anything past that other person's thought. You'd be like, where'd you hear that from? They're like, such and such told me. Did you look it up? No. But see, you're just going off of, the whole, they looked it up. It's like nobody wants to do self-verification. Nobody wants to verify anything for themselves anymore. They just want to hear somebody else say it and be like, oh, yeah, that's a good story to tell. I'm going to tell that story. So, I don't know, man. We could go on for days about
We could, man. Have you guys ever seen the movie The Truman Show with Jim Carrey?
Yes.
Where he's like living, he's like, okay, Yvonne, you should watch The Truman Show. I'll give you like a basic synopsis of it without spoiler alerting or whatever, or spoiling it, whatever the fuck. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. So Jim Carrey is basically born in this dome, and his life is an entire TV show that people from the outside world watch. And he's the only person that doesn't know he's on a TV show. So they've created this. He does the same routine. He goes to the same job, the same, the whole nine yards, the same wife. There's cameras all over his house and like, and all that other stuff. He's the only person that doesn't know it's a TV show. And the whole world around him is scripted. And the whole movie is basically him trying to figure out, like, wait a second, this is a little odd. I think it was from like the early 2000s or something. You should definitely watch it. It might be on Amazon or it's on one of the streaming services. I'll send you a link or something later if I can find where it's playing. But I think you'd really like watching that.
Okay.
We are living in a Truman Show. I said it.
Yeah.
We are definitely living in the Truman Show. We are definitely somebody. It's like somebody is watching us, like, and say, okay, I'm going to throw this task in front of them and see how they handle it. Yeah. Then they got a clipboard writing down, oh, he failed that. He failed this miserably. Or, yeah, he passed that. Or this is how he's supposed to respond. So I don't know, man. It's just crazy, yo. It's crazy.
Dude, I'm going to tell you something off the air.
Yeah.
No, I'm going to tell you something off the air about that. After the show, I'm going to tell you something off the air about that. But yeah, keep going. Yeah.
Wasn't he trying to leave? Every time he tried to leave, the cars were there. They
we can't spoil it for Yvonne. We can't spoil it for
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, but what he's saying though is that they tried to keep him once he started waking up or trying to wake up, they found a way to like reel him back in, that sort of thing. So, but yes, you're exactly right.
Okay.
But look at his career. When he tried to start exposing the industry for, his career went downhill, And it seems like everybody that's trying to be like, hey, you know what? Everybody that's waking up, with the industry, and they start exposing certain things or talking about certain things. Oh, they had a health crisis or they this, that, and the third. And, but I ain't going to keep going on about it because, at some point in time, I'm going to knock at the door.
I know. Excuse me, sir. We're going to help you with your we're going to help your disappearance today.
What was it? They're going to voluntarily what? They're going to kill me voluntarily. What did you say?
No, I'm not. No. Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, man, it's just, I don't know, man. But
make me take myself out for me, or whatever it was. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have something to say. So I have some advice to the listeners out there because so the topic is you couldn't pay me enough. So when I was 16, I was working at the grocery store for maybe it was just a few months. And I really just was, I'm a teenager, so I really don't care. So there was this lady who came through my line one day and I scanned her ice cream and she was like, that's supposed to be on sale. So remember, I'm a teenager. I don't care. So I took off the ice cream and I just put like 25-cent produce. Like I just, I just didn't care. Anybody who came through my line, I'm hooking everybody up. So there was this couple that came through my line and they had like some peaches or something. And I'm like, hi, are you guys ready? So the guy was like, just a minute. So now he walked past me and then he started bagging the peaches, and his wife, girlfriend, whoever, she had a whole bunch of peaches in her hand, and then they bagged them up and they just walked out. So I turned my head like I did not see anything because this don't have anything to do with me. I'm not security. I'm not going behind nobody getting shot or stabbed over the peaches. So I say this to anyone who does have a job. If someone walks out the store stealing or whatever, do not chase them. Even if you is a security, this stuff can be replaced. Like, don't get shot at. People are already crazy, so do not get shot at trying to be a hero over some items that does not belong to you. Those peaches did not belong to me, and only thing I was speaking that day is I hope I'm not on camera, but no one ever said anything. Like when my shift is over, they didn't say, hey, we seen some customers come through your line and they walked out. But, hey, you couldn't pay me enough. So you couldn't pay me enough to say, hey, get back here. I don't care. So do not try to be a hero over a few dollars. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
That's good advice. Yeah, that's what insurance is for.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not risking my life for some produce. Good advice.
Or stuff that they're going to throw away anyway.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
They're going to take it and throw it in the dumpster in the back.
But you know, yeah, but people do that. People will run out the store, jump on these people's cars, and for what?
Yeah.
These people don't care. So
that's the ones who, that's the people we're talking about. The ones that just bow their heads. because they're told to. Now, I'm not saying it's church, right? And everyone's there obviously for the same reason, but when you're in a place like the fucking grocery store, they're like, everyone bow your heads in prayer, and nobody in there or whatever. It's not a place everyone goes to gather for the Lord or like a football game. Let's bow our heads and remove our caps or NASCAR event or whatever. It's like we're here for God, guns, and fucking gasoline or whatever. But no, those are the people, the ones who chase the people out the store, are the ones who just bow their heads just because they're told. And then God's a quiet knowing. That's all it is. There's no need for the fucking shenanigans, the theatrics.
Right. Right.
You can love your country without saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance, like a robot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get it. But yeah, before they knock on my door too, maybe we should maybe not talk about it so much.
So they know we not on the show next week.
Mr. Fax, we need you to come with me. God damn it. I'll bow my heads, all right? Suck. Just,
Well, you bow your head as they're taking you to the car and start talking.
I can assimilate. Yeah, if I go missing, guys, it's not because I didn't, I'm not thinking of hurting myself, all right? Just so you know.
Just putting that out there. Yeah, I'm happy. Life is great.
Yeah. I swear, I won't talk about Bigfoot. I won't talk about UFOs. All right? Just cut me some slack here. I come back on the show next week. I'm like, guys, I found you're supposed to bow your heads in prayer. Everywhere you go. As a matter of fact, you should walk around not observing anything. Just walk with your head down, believing what everyone tells you. Yeah, they cloned him. No, they got to him. I shaved my head next week. I come back all shaved and shit. Yeah, there's a different, got a different canter to my voice.
Yeah, man.
So who are you guys voting for? I'm re-elect Biden again.
In fact, don't forget oh yeah. In fact, don't forget to text me. No, I was just going to say, when we hang up, don't forget to, because I'm going to look for it. If I don't watch it tonight, I'll watch it tomorrow.
All right, yeah, I'll send it to you, and then Essie, I'm gonna call you about the clipboard, the whole, because don't let me forget that either. But you'd be like, what the fuck? So, all right, well, you guys want to go ahead and do the exiting? Son, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, well, that does it for us. Thanks for tuning in. Join us on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.